In a famous zoo that was once a proud landmark of the city, there existed a dark secret, shrouded in silence by the town's residents and tourists alike. An eerie myth surrounded the gorilla enclosure, one that spoke of lost children and unexplainable incidents. Many people believed these stories to be mere urban legends and disregarded them, including the Müller family. The Müllers, comprising a father, mother, and their 5-year-old daughter Lisa, had decided to embark on a trip to the renowned zoo. It was a sunny day, and Lisa's anticipation for seeing the animals was palpable as they arrived at the gorilla enclosure. The family had heard of the stories, but never once considered them to be true. The gorillas that roamed within their enclosure seemed peaceful and harmless. Yet, as the Müller family observed these majestic creatures, an eerie coldness settled in the air, as if something was amiss. Suddenly, something happened that would turn their worst fears into reality. One of the gorillas, a massive and imposing silverback, abruptly turned away from its group and fixed its gaze directly upon Lisa. Its eyes gleamed unnaturally, as if piercing into her very soul. Lisa's parents tried to pull her away, but she seemed entranced, unable to avert her gaze from the gorilla. In a harrowing moment that the Müllers would never forget, the gorilla leaped over the enclosure's barrier and landed before Lisa. It extended a colossal hand and gently touched her shoulder. The parents screamed in horror, but the gorilla appeared oddly calm and peaceful. Amidst the chaos and the gathering crowd of onlookers surrounding the gorilla enclosure, something even more unsettling occurred. The gorilla began to speak in a voice that seemed otherworldly, a voice that was not of this world. "Lisa," it whispered, "I have been waiting for you." The Müller family could not believe what they were hearing. The gorilla, now standing on 2 legs, lifted Lisa and carried her back over the enclosure barrier. The crowd was left in shock as they witnessed the male gorilla take the little girl into his arms and slowly disappear back into the enclosure. The parents, desperate and consumed by fear, tried in vain to enter the enclosure, but security personnel prevented them from doing so. Hours passed as the Müller family waited anxiously by the enclosure's edge. Finally, as the sun set and darkness enveloped the zoo, the gorilla reappeared, but it was now alone. Behind it, a dark, shadowy figure seemed to loom. The gorilla gently placed Lisa on the ground, but her face remained expressionless, as if she were in a trance. The shadowy figure slowly materialized into a ghostly entity, a spirit that seemed to control the gorilla. The spirit spoke with a sinister, echoing voice and revealed its story. Many years ago, it had been an animal keeper working at the zoo, obsessed with the gorillas and conducting cruel experiments on them. After its death, its spirit had haunted the gorilla and ensnared its soul. The Müller family stood in stunned silence as the spirit explained that it wanted to reclaim all the lost children it had taken for its experiments. And Lisa was now its latest captive. The parents, desperate to have their daughter back, begged for mercy, but the spirit was merciless. With a diabolical laugh, it ordered the gorilla to seize Lisa once more and return her to the enclosure. The Müller family could only watch as the gorilla carried their daughter away and vanished into the darkness of the enclosure. The zoo became a place of terror, and the stories of the possessed gorilla became a dark legend that filled the city with fear and dread. No one dared to approach the gorilla enclosure, and the once famous zoo became a chilling reminder of the inexplicable horrors that had unfolded within its walls. The Müller family's tragedy served as a stark warning, a cautionary tale of the unknown and the malevolent forces that could lurk even in the most unexpected places. The myth had become a horrifying reality, forever haunting the town and its inhabitants.